She doesn't miss you.
I need you to understand that. She doesn't miss your face, your voice, or the person you think you are. What she misses is a feeling,
An emotional state she experienced when she was around you.
and the moment you understand this difference, everything about attraction changes. You've been told that people fall in love with who you are.
That's actually backwards. People don't fall in love with you. They fall in love with how their nervous system feels when they're near you.
This isn't romantic, it's neurological. The real reason she left, or the real reason she stayed, had nothing to do with whether you were good enough. It had everything to do with the emotional climate you created without even knowing it. Let me show you what I mean.
Guy number 1 works in tech.
He's thoughtful, remembers birthdays, plans elaborate dates. He texts back quickly.
He's available.
He does everything the internet tells him to do. 6 months in, she starts pulling away, says she needs space.
Eventually, it ends. He's devastated because he did everything right. Guy number 2 is a carpenter, doesn't text much, sometimes cancels plans when a project runs late. He's not trying to impress anyone. When they're together, he's fully present but not clingy.
He doesn't anxiously check if she's happy.
A year later, they're still together. She tells her friends she's never felt this way before.
What's the difference?
Because on paper, guy number 1 should win. He's more attentive, more available, more invested.
So why does she choose the guy who seems to care less?
Here's what's actually happening beneath the surface. When you're around someone, your subconscious is constantly scanning for one thing: safety. Not physical safety, emotional safety. Your nervous system is asking, is this person grounded, or am I holding them up?
Guy number 1, despite his best intentions, was operating from need.
Every text, every planned date, every quick response was unconsciously communicating.
I need you to validate me. I need you to make me feel worthy. His emotional state was dependent on her.
Guy number 2 had something completely different going on.
His emotional baseline existed independently of her. When she was there, great. When she wasn't, he was still whole.
His presence communicated, I'm okay with or without you. And that creates an entirely different feeling in her body. Think about how you feel around someone who needs constant reassurance versus someone who is genuinely at peace with themselves. The first one drains you. The second one relaxes you. She doesn't consciously think this.
Her nervous system feels it, and feelings always win over logic. This is called emotional self-sufficiency, and it's the single most attractive quality you can develop, because it's not something you do.
It's something you are. Emotional self-sufficiency means your sense of okayness doesn't depend on external validation.
It means you're not using the relationship to escape yourself. It means when she's happy, you're happy for her, but you're not high. When she's upset, you're present for her, but you're not low. Think about it. When you're emotionally self-sufficient, you don't need her to text back immediately to feel secure. You don't need her to be in a good mood for you to be in a good mood. You don't need her to choose you to know you're valuable. That changes the entire energy of the relationship. The person without emotional self-sufficiency monitors her moods constantly, adjusts his behavior based on her energy, needs reassurance that things are okay, feels anxious when she's distant, and makes her the center of his emotional world. The person with emotional self-sufficiency stays steady regardless of her mood, shows up as himself without performing, gives her space without spiraling, feels secure even when she's processing something, and maintains his own emotional center. One makes her feel like she's carrying to people. The other makes her feel like she can finally relax. Here's where people get it wrong. They hear this and they think, okay, I'll just pretend I don't care. I'll pull back. I'll be distant. That's not emotional self-sufficiency. That's just strategy. That's manipulation wearing a mask. Emotional self-sufficiency isn't a tactic. You can't fake it. She will feel the difference between a man who genuinely doesn't need her validation and a man who is performing indifference while secretly obsessing.
Her subconscious reads that immediately.
Real emotional self-sufficiency comes from doing the internal work,
From building a life that fulfills you. From healing the parts of you that are using relationships to fill voids.
It's not about caring less. It's about being whole enough that your care comes from abundance, not desperation. 3 things to develop emotional self-sufficiency. First, notice when you're outsourcing your emotional state. When you check your phone hoping for her text because you feel empty without it. That's the moment.
Don't judge it.
Just see it. Awareness is the first step to changing the pattern.
Second, build a life that genuinely fulfills you independent of any relationship.
Not as a strategy to attract her, but because you deserve to feel whole on your own.
When your happiness genuinely doesn't depend on her, that's when everything shifts. Third, practice being present without agenda. Stop trying to fix her mood. Stop trying to make her happy so you can feel secure. Just be with her fully, without needing anything to be different.
That presence is what she's actually craving.
So when she says she misses you, understand what that actually means.
She misses the version of herself she became around you. She misses how calm her nervous system felt. She misses the emotional state you created just by being grounded in yourself.
You can't give her that through words or gifts or grand gestures. You can only give her that by becoming someone who doesn't need her to feel complete. And that's the paradox. The less you need her, the more she feels safe to surrender. If this shifted something for you, leave a like. Subscribe if you want more psychology that actually explains what's happening beneath the surface. And tell me in the comments, have you ever noticed the difference between needing someone and genuinely choosing them?
Let's talk about it.